Hello, and welcome to Gillette College's Student Hub account and self-service walkthrough video. This video is designed to cover the basics of the student account, as well as the hub features, as well as self-service features. The first thing we want to do is access our main website of www.gillettecollege.org. Once we're on the website, in the top right corner, we want to click on the hub icon, and that way we can access the login portal. And then from here, we'll choose log into the NWCC Hub, and that way we can log in using your student details. You can also log in different areas of your student account, such as self-service directly, Canvas for your courses, Outlook for checking your student email, and that way quickly access those resources. Once we're logged in the Hub page, you'll be able to see the four icons on the right-hand side for accessing different parts of your student account. The first one you'll find here is Canvas, and this is where students can go to access their online orientation, their online courses, or any online materials for in-person classes. Definitely stay connected with Canvas to keep up to date with your classes, and that way you can know your grades are, to make sure you stay on track for homework, as well as when tests are coming up for you. Next on here is self-service. In self-service, you can access many different parts of your student account, such as paying your bill, double-checking your financial details, finding your course schedule, also materials like that. We'll cover that section in more detail in just a couple of minutes here. Next, we'll find Outlook, and this is where students can go to access their student email, and that way they can access any messages from the college or their instructors and stay connected with what's happening on the campus. We also encourage students to be able to check their email on a regular basis, and that way make sure they're not missing important updates like class being canceled or any other important information. Also, if students have any questions for the college, they can use their student email to ask those questions, and that way we can best assist students with any questions they may have. And then finally on here is our Zoom feature. Zoom is where students can help with any Zoom classes they may be taking or connecting for a Zoom meeting on the college here. At the very top of our page here, we also have links to our different departments, and so students can access student services, financial life, campus life and housing, and IT information. We'll cover these departments here in just a minute. If we scroll down from here, we'll be able to find these blue squares, which are handy resources on the campus here. The first one is report an incident. We always want to provide a healthy and safe space on our campus here for all students. And so if you're ever witness to an incident on campus here, if you're a victim of an incident, please make sure to complete an incident report. So that way we make sure we connect you with the most appropriate services and get you those tough times. Next on here, we have a backup link to self-service. And that way, again, you can access your self-service details. We also include a link here to our academic calendar. The academic calendar is a great resource for accessing important dates such as when do classes begin and end, when different holidays and breaks are coming up, all sort of information like that. And as mentioned before, we also have our care report form. And so again, we want to try to provide a healthy and safe space on the campus here. And so if you ever have any concerns about a classmate or a peer in one of your courses, definitely complete a care report form so that way we can check in with that student and make sure they have access to tutoring services, counseling services, as well as anything else we may offer here. We also have on here a link to our forms section. And so in case a student ever moves or changes their telephone number, they can find the information correction form on here, as well as residency reclassification form or course substitution forms as a few examples. And then next is our online library. Our online library is a great resource when it comes to projects and essays, you need information, articles, all sort of things like that. And so definitely check in with our online library for accessing encyclopedias, books from other colleges, all sort of great scholarly information. And then finally on here is our My Voice form. Students can go on to here, complete their online feedback form for us, and that way tell us how we're doing here at Gillette College. We always appreciate feedback from students, so that way if there's something we can improve on or if someone's doing something really well, we can make sure we're checking on those things and keep them as best as possible. Next on here is our campus announcements section. And so campus announcements is a great way to stay connected with the campus so you can see what kind of fun events we're doing throughout the semester, if there's any changes or notifications for students, as well as just being aware of what's happening around so you're never on the missing side of any sort of information out there. We still do share this section with Sheridan College. So if you see announcements on here, just make sure you check the location that says for Gillette College. Scrolling down a bit more, you'll find more information on our different departments here. And so student services, students can go here for help from the student help zone, records, admissions, or the advising office. And then next is campus life and housing, so students can find out more about the dorms, as well as events and programs on the campus. Students can also go on here to apply for housing, whether a new student or returning student, and also find out information on the fitness center on the campus here. And then a bit further down, students will find technology services. Technology services is a great resource whenever it comes to computer problems, if an online class is giving you a tough time resource-wise, or if you ever need any sort of technology assistance for a class. And so definitely check in with our IT office for assistance. And then finally is financial life for questions on FAFSA, scholarships, grants, student loans, all sorts of financial aid. Heading into student services, we have a wealth of resources on here to help you find different resources and be successful on the campus here. And the first one on here is self-service, just a backup link to get you into self-service. So again, those important details like your bill, financial aid details, that kind of stuff. And then next we have our academic catalog. It'll tell you more about the programs and academic courses we offer here at Gillette College. So that way you can stay informed and see what's offered. And on the subject of what's being offered, we also have on here our class schedules. So that way you can see what classes are available each semester, days and times, locations, if it's online, Zoom, all sort of information like that. Also another link to our online library here so you can quickly access those resources. And then next is our online bookstore. And so every semester, students always want to check in with the bookstore to make sure they have the books they need for their classes. And with the online bookstore, you can purchase your textbooks online to have them shipped out to you or set for in-store pickup. Next is transcript request. And so a major part of college life is getting transcripts from one college to another. And so if a student graduates and goes on to a four-year college or ever changes college, they want to send an official transcript to that new college. And so students can go into transcript request to see how they can order their official transcripts. Next on here, there's an advising tab to get you information on setting up an appointment with an academic advisor, as well as course registration. And then we also provide information on campus safety to, again, make sure we're providing a safe and healthy space for all students on the campus here. And then for any student veterans or veteran dependents, we do have our Veteran Services tab here to help connect you with our veteran advisor to learn more about the programs and services we offer for student veterans and dependents of veterans. Scrolling down, we also have some additional links on here. The first one is academic affairs for student information. And so this way students can see if there's any changes in programs taking place or just any sort of academic changes that students need to be aware about. And then next is our Writing Center. The Writing Center is a great resource when it comes time for essays and projects. And that way work with our tutors and faculty in the Writing Center to make sure the essays you're turning in are the best quality materials you can produce. Next on here is our Math Center. We know math is a tough subject for many students out there. So if you ever need help with homework, studying for a test, or just covering any mathematical questions you have, definitely connect with our Math Center. And then finally is tutoring services for any subject offered here at Gillette College. So if a particular class is giving you a tough time, definitely schedule a meeting with a tutor to get the help that you need to be successful. Next is our Student Help Zone. The Student Help Zone is a resource to help students get help navigating Canvas and different resources on the campus here, or learning how to use resources on the campus here. So definitely check in with our help zone to learn more about the resources here. We also have our online learning portal here. Online classes are great ways to have very flexible schedules when it comes to classes, work, and personal life. And so if you ever need help with online learning, definitely check in with the portal here. Student counseling services are also available. So if you're ever having a tough time, need someone to chat and listen to you, definitely check in with our campus counselor to get those kind of services provided. So that way we can help make you through those tough times. We also offer disability services. So if anybody's needing accommodations, ADA questions, or assistance, definitely connect in with our disability services office to get assistance. And the next is the records office. If you ever have a question on a transcript coming in Gillette College or how credits are being evaluated for you, definitely check in with our records office. And then next is our student appeals portal. And so if a student ever needs to complete a student appeal, they can find the packet information here and learn more about the process on student appeals. And then next is testing services. If you're ever scheduling an Accuplacer test or need to schedule a CLEP test or need to schedule a test for any of your classes, you can learn more about our testing center through this link here. And then next, we're going to head into financial life. Financial aid is also a very important part of college to help you save money and costs on college. So definitely check in with our financial life page here. On this page, they'll give you help with filling out your FAFSA every year, as well as learning more about the NWCCD scholarship application. learning more about your student account, paying your tuition bills here, as well as covering costs on books as well. And then we also can help you with student employment with different jobs available on campus here. And that way, provide a little pocket money for you to help pay for classes or just cover additional expenses. And then finally on here, we can also show you how to pay for your student account just to make sure we're avoiding late fees and not paying additional costs on college. Scrolling down from here, we got a few different categories of information on here. On here, we'll talk about Hathaway information to learn more about the Hathaway Scholarship. We'll also cover the FAFSA on here to learn more about the FAFSA process, how to complete your FAFSA, and then double check on your FAFSA. And then any additional financial information covering other scholarships, other ways to make money for college, or also complete any appeals if you need to complete a financial aid appeal. Next is campus life and housing. And so we do provide dorms on the campus here for students that are looking to minimize their commute to Gillette College if they live a distance away, and just provide an exciting part of the college life experience. And so in here, students can apply for housing. That way they get their application submitted in to be able to live in the dorms. They can also learn more about our fitness center. That way, if you're looking to work out in the gym and have a little bit of a way to de-stress each semester, definitely check in with the fitness center. We also have the application for new students on here, so that way students can learn more about the dorms and again, get their application in for dorms. And again, like before, we have our care incident reporting form on here. So again, if you're ever concerned about a roommate, a classmate, or any peer on the campus here, definitely please complete that care report form and let us know. Finally, whenever we need to navigate back to the starting of the hub page, in the top left corner, if we click on the school logo there, that'll take us back to the very beginning of the hub page. From here, we're going to begin navigating into self-service so we can learn more about this feature here. Once we click into self-service, we'll see many different options here. And today, we'll cover those basic options on here to get you knowledgeable on these different resources. On the left-hand side, you'll find a handy toolbar with navigating different areas here. The most common resource is using the home icon at the very top to take you back to the beginning of self-service in case you navigate into a tab. The first option we'll find on here is student finance. And so student finance is where you can go to find your bill total, your bill due date, make online payments for classes, or get set for payment plans. Next is financial aid. And this is where you can go to track your financial aid progress to make sure have we received your FAFSA, what your next steps are, and how much financial aid you're qualifying for each semester. So definitely stay in touch with the screen here. Next is our tax information screen. So as a college student, every year, you're going to get a form called the 1098-T form. This form is a federal tax document you'll get every year. So when it comes time to pay for taxes, whether paying for yourself or if your family is declaring to depend on their taxes, you'll want to make sure to include that form. And that way you can maximize your refund covering your college classes each year. Next is bank information. If students are ever due to receive a refund from the college, whether from a scholarship or dropping a class, students can go into bank information and set up direct deposit. So rather than waiting on a paper check from the bank business office, they can get that deposit right in their checking account through direct deposit. Next is student planning and registration. And this is where students can go to track their progress in a degree, schedule classes, as well as register, and then print off their schedule for their information. Next is the online course catalog. If a student is ever curious about a class and wants to learn more about it, they can look up any course offered from Gillette College, and that way see what's available out there, see the days, times, locations, all things like that. Next on here is grades. And so when each semester is done, students can go into grades to see their final grades for classes, kind of like a report card to see how well you did each semester. For the current grades and classes, that'll be back in Canvas as we covered earlier. But again, for final grades, that'll be in the grade section here at the end of each semester. Next is graduation overview. And so when it's time to graduate from Gillette College, whether with a degree, a certificate, both, or multiple degrees, you'll always need to do an application to graduate. And so in graduation overview, students can go to apply for graduation. Next is enrollment verifications. And so whenever a student is full-time, sometimes they can qualify for car insurance discounts, discounts from health insurance providers. Sometimes they need a letter for applying for an apartment here at Gillette. And so you can request these letters from enrollment verifications to provide proof that you're a full-time student here at Gillette College. And then next is academic attendance. For any student in a program or course requiring specific attendance guidelines, such as the nursing program, students can use academic attendance to track their attendance dates and make sure they're not missing 20 days and falling out of compliance with those programs that have specific attendance requirements. Next, on the left-hand side toolbar again, if we click on the mortarboard cap labeled Academics, we can also go on here and find Unofficial Transcript. And so if a student ever needs an unofficial transcript to see what college credits they've earned or what they have on file with Gillette College, you can find your online unofficial transcript through here. And that way you can print off your records, or in case you need to send it in for an employer, scholarship, anything like that. And that covers our student hub account and self-service walkthrough video. Please keep an eye out for additional videos down the way covering more detailed information on particular sections there. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you down the way for Gillette College. Have a great day.